It is my pleasure to have as a guest today Ambassador Nicolas Bideau, who is the head of Presence Switzerland from the Swiss Federal Department of Foreign Affairs. Thank you very much, Ambassador. A pleasure to have you here today.
You're welcome.
What kind of actions are you planning to promote Switzerland abroad given travel restrictions? I have seen the article in the New York Times about the Vita trails. Tell us a bit about its history. Why is it so popular with travelers from abroad and the Swiss?
I think when you are a traveler from abroad and you think about Switzerland, then you're going to think about the nature. You're going to think about the nature, and nowadays nature means sport. Means, you know, hiking, means climbing, and so on. So I think in this middle of this crisis in pandemic, everybody was stuck into their flats. So they were dreaming about nature. And I think the connection with Switzerland and sport and, of course, landscape made this interest for the Vita Trail more sexy. The Vita Trail, at the end of the day, what is it? It's not really more than a hiking in a forest, and in the meantime you do sport. So I think it was like a fantasy in the mind of a lot of people. That's why the New York Times wrote something. But for us Swiss people, it's very common, you know, hiking in a forest and doing sport.
I hear that many UN officials and diplomats posted here in Geneva are planning to explore the Swiss Alps this summer as traveling abroad is restricted. What places do you recommend? Spas, camping, bed and breakfasts? I believe that the remote locations and pristine beauty will certainly attract many people.
Yeah, I think I would advise them to really discover all the little places that Switzerland offers in the Alps, and there is many options. I mean, we could go in a small village in a 5-star hotels, and the next day you could camp in the middle of next to a lake. I think those are this is the challenge, to really discover everything that we have to offer in the Alps. And if you think about the Brits, you know, the Brits, they invented actually this Grand Tour. And this Grand Tour, that was the idea, you know, from leaving the UK, going south to Italy. And the tradition made Switzerland as a stopover. And, you know, the Brits, they were really discoverers. They've been doing everything, you know, sleeping in a mountain hut in the Alps and sleeping the next day in a 5-star hotel. So I would really, you know, invite the people, the expats, to really think about what is the Alps, not only, you know, Verbier and Zermatt, but all those small villages, actually from the Geneva Lake to the Canton des Grisons.
Yes, indeed, it was Queen Victoria actually who started sort of a trend, right, into the idea of Switzerland as a great destination for summer vacations too, right? Yes. So yeah, I guess that's what I think. I think of Switzerland, I think of the small villages, not just the big touristic spots that skiers come to in the winter time, but the small villages, you know, waiting to be discovered, where it will be very easy to keep, you know, the social, physical distancing necessary that we need to adapt and adopt now. So the other thing I would like to talk today is about Swiss universities. They rank among the top 200 in the QS university rankings. What makes our universities so competitive in the global marketplace?
First of all, Switzerland, as you might know, was a poor country like 150 years back. We were an immigration country. A lot of people left actually Switzerland because Switzerland is poor. When you think about the commodities, we don't have no commodities because we have a lot of stones, a lot of rivers, but no commodities. So the one and the only commodity that we have is our brain, our ideas. And this is the reason why actually Switzerland became rich, because we invested a lot into the brains, we invested a lot into the education. So this is, I would say, one of the reasons why we have at least 2 major Institute of Technology in Switzerland, Zurich, EPFL, and Lausanne. But A second reason why we are so strong is that I think it's because of the diversity of the economic activities in Switzerland. As you know, we are a country, we do have agriculture, we do have industry, and we do have services. Industry is very important. If you compare the rate of industrialization of Switzerland to France, we are much more higher. We have about 20 to 25% of industrial activities in Switzerland. France, they have less than 10. So, and this is the reason why we need engineers. We need engineers to build machines. We need engineers to build, the new software in the fintech. This diversity of the brain that we need in Switzerland to export our goods. This is a reason why we are so good at the universities, because we are not specialized in one theme. We really cover a lot of range of different activities in the field of academy.
Switzerland is also a global leader on innovation in healthcare and health tech. What is the role of the Department of Foreign Affairs in maintaining the sector's edge and its visibility abroad?
This is a very interesting question, because in my job, I conduct a lot of surveys about the perception of Switzerland abroad. And what you just said, Switzerland is an innovation nation. This is true for you because you're a journalist, and I think it's true for a lot of scientists in the world. They know that Switzerland is an innovative country, but the big public, the big audience, they don't know. And this is important because in the big audience, you also have investors. So one of my job as the head of the Nation Branding Agency of Switzerland is to make this innovation more visible in abroad, because this visibility of the innovation is very important. And in the field of health tech, I think this crisis that we are living in is an opportunity for Switzerland, because as you maybe read in the news, in the field of health tech, biotech, we have a lot of startups, small startups as well as big industry from the chemical, the pharma industry in Basel, that are proposing solutions in the field of tracking, in the field of prevention, and so on. So we are really trying to more communicate what Switzerland has to offer solutions in the middle of this pandemic. And this is my job, to make the innovation of Switzerland visible. It's not easy, because a lot of times we are very good as in the field of basic science, meaning we have moleculars, we have whatever license, but the end product, it's not pretty much our job. Usually we sell solutions to the Germans, to the Americans, it transform our solution in customers' good. So it's not that easy to communicate to the big audience how good we are. So this is my job, inventing stories, doing marketing in order to get more visibility for a product in the field of health tech, for instance, or the biotech abroad.
Indeed, yes, creating the narrative where people will understand, the value chain that there is in Switzerland already too, and how you can actually transform basic research into applied research and into commercially viable products and services. And indeed, I hear that fintech is like, there is even a valley that was named after, right? What's it called? The Fintech Valley, or?
Yes, the Crypto Valley, actually.
The Crypto Valley, right. Crypto Valley. You have a Crypto Valley, where all the great startups from Switzerland and even from abroad, they move here, I heard. Engineers will move from other places in Europe because they found a very, very welcoming ecosystem to develop further their ideas. So yeah, you have an amazing challenge and an amazing opportunity to create a better narrative, so people know better about Switzerland's many attractive talent and brain power. So thank you very much for the chance to speak. I look forward to continuing the conversation and explore even more the aspects of new technologies, emerging technologies, and how Switzerland is a global market leader. Thank you very much, Ambassador Nicolas Bideau. Pleasure to speak with you, and à bientôt, j'espère.
You're welcome. À bientôt, and take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.